Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, we present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. 5 divisions of racing action, including the biggest event of the season for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers and bike races for the kids. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps for our opening ceremonies if you are moving around the Speedway grounds. At this time, we ask that you pause with us momentarily, as here to deliver our invocation this evening from the New Stanton United Methodist Church, Mr. Chip Rowan, and also from the New Stanton United Methodist Church, here to perform our national anthem, Dylan Schaller. At this time, we turn the microphone over to Chip Rowan.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this evening, God, and we thank you for such a nice night on a Friday with no rain, God. We praise you for that, and ask for many more nice Fridays. God, we just ask for protection for the drivers and the crews and the officials here this evening, God. And we thank you for this country that we live in, and we thank you for the freedom that we have. And we realize this freedom does come at a cost, and we thank you for those who are fighting to save this freedom, all the men and women in the armed forces, and we just pray for their protection. God, we just ask that you would give us traveling mercies on the way home. All this we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Dylan Schaller.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Phillips in 31, Mike Bacalon in 48, and Jeff Zellweger in 18. Lap 1 for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks goes in the books with Jonathan Heilman leading in car 15. In second spot, the most veteran driver in the field, Tom Knight Sr. from Plum. Mike Bacalon is third in the 48 car. Side by side for fourth, it's Jason Holder in 74, Dink Colarusso in the 0. Challenge for second, Knight in car 76, feeling the pressure of Bacalon. Bacalon, just like the leader, has one victory in 2009. Jonathan Heilman in car 15, working lap number 3 of 8 with a healthy lead. Heilman was the feature winner 2 weeks ago and now side by side for second. Mike Bacalon, the former modified champion in car 48, out of retirement to challenge the 76 of Tom Knight Sr. Dink Colarusso in car 0 is the leading feature winner of 2009, and he has slipped past Knight Sr. for the third position in car 0. Now it's side by side for second after Bacalon wrestled the position away from Knight. Dink Colarusso of Greensburg in car 0 moves to the inside with 3 laps to go. Top 3 drivers on the speedway all have a feature victory in 2009. Then, in the 5th spot, last week's winner, Sean Phillips in car 31, the defending champion. Top 5 single file now, young Jonathan Heilman in car 15. 6 career feature wins, taking the white flag, which signals final lap around. So far this season, complementing his 1 feature victory from 2 weeks ago, leader Heilman has 2 heat race wins, looking to make it 3. Dink Colarusso is 2nd, Mike Bacalon is 3rd, and out of turn number 4, a 3rd heat race win of the season for Jonathan Heilman in car 15 over Dink Colarusso, Mike Bacalon, Sean Phillips, and Tom Knight. 71, rookie John Scott. 11, last week's winner Vic Keller. 5 is Bill Oldham. 13 is Denny Keller. Green flag is out. 6 laps the distance for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers, and Neidhart is crossed up, trying to save it in turn number 2, and John Scott will make contact in turn 2. Neidhart pulls away from the scene in car 68, but Scott is stopped on the apron and will need a caution flag. He finishes out of turn 4, and green flag is out. Zane Farrell, the rookie driver in car 14, who shocked Motordrome fans with an upset win early this season, takes the lead. Veteran Bill Oldham in car 5 is taking the 2nd spot away from Kristen Ettling. And then side by side, it's the brothers Keller. Tracy Keller in the 1, Victor Keller in the 11, last week's winner. Now Bill Oldham in car 5, a multiple feature winner last season, challenges the rookie and they touch. Farrell makes a great save, but he drifts up a lane too high, and Oldham will take over the lead, working lap number 2 of 6. Now let's see if the rookie is intimidated. Will he tap the veteran back? As Bill Oldham got into the rear of the 14 car in turns 3 and 4, will Farrell try to repay the favor? Tracy Keller in the 1 now rides in 3rd spot. He's a multiple feature winner this season. Going to the inside of Farrell. And officially at the scoring line, at the midway point of the event, Tracy Keller takes over 2nd position from Zane Farrell. Kristen Ettling with a serious handling problem in the 8. She drifts up the racetrack and allows Victor Keller in the 11 to take away the 4th position. And Bill Oldham had built up a big lead. Now Tracy Keller has reeled him in with just 2 laps to go. In the battle for the win up front in the first of 2 6-lap Charger Division heat races, the West Side Lube and Tire number 5 of Bill Oldham and the number 1 Martinelli's Auto Service sponsored Tracy Keller machine will be slugging it out as the white flag signals 1 lap to go. Final time around, and Oldham has about a 2.5 car length advantage, but it shrinks down the backstretch. Look at Tracy Keller trying to dive inside for the win. Turns 3 and 4, the final time, headed for the checkered flag. Keller makes a challenge. Who's it going to be at the line? Bill Oldham wins it by half a car length over Tracy Keller, Zane Farrell, Victor Keller, and Ed Neidhart. Entering in the 3, Matt Gardner from Ruffsdale in car 7 completes the field. Green flag is out. Another 6-lap preliminary heat race for the Chargers. We're 3 wide at the back of the pack as Sheltman gets shuffled up into the marbles in the high groove and falls back in car 20. We're 3 wide for 2nd. A.J. Poljak on the inside, McConnell in the middle, Roger Bryan up top. But out in front, Ron Eifert III brings him to work lap number 2. In this 6-lap contest, the teenage rookie is setting the pace. for Eifert in car 61 and a challenge for second. Ed McConnell in car 48 is on the outside. The 2 of A.J. Poljak on the inside. Poljak in car 2 got his first career asphalt racing victory here earlier in 2009 after many wins in dirt tracks with a different ride. And now he and McConnell, and look at McConnell, dirt track, his number 48 through turns 3 and 4. He gathers it back in, but will lose the second spot. And now climbing up to 4th after starting last in the field, the 7 of Matt Gardner from Ruffsdale, feature winner 2 weeks ago. Gardner comes into tonight 7 points behind in the championship standings to Tracy Keller. Tracy Keller finished second in that heat race number 1. Let's see if Gardner can equal that performance, as by a fender he is officially scored in 3rd, beginning to work lap 4 of 6. Gardner to the inside of McConnell and picks up 3rd spot. How about race leader Ron Eifert III in car 61? A winning driver in 4-cylinder action last year and a rookie in the Chargers this year. White flag signals final time around. Drivers in 2nd and 3rd have feature wins here at Motordrome in 2009, but looking for a career first feature win. Coming out of turn 4 for his 2nd heat race victory of the season, rookie Ron Eifert III takes the checkered flag over A.J. Poljak, Matt Gardner, Ed McConnell, and Roger Bryan. On this starting grid, 10 laps for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Green flag is out. John Komarinsky in car 33, the 22-year veteran, nearly makes contact with the 8 of Dan Lewis. Lewis, last week's heat race winner, settles in for 2nd, then they're 2x2 for 3rd and 4th. It's Komarinsky leading Lewis, then side by side for 3rd. In the 1, Steve Black. The 15, Todd Price. Price, a former limited late model standout at the Jennerstown Speedway, looking for his first Motordrome win, moves to the high side of Black. And it's nearly a dead heat for 3rd position at the scoring line, working lap 2 of 10. Gary Wiltrout in car 95 sits in 5th spot. Steve Black in the Penn West Toyota Lift number 1 holds the inside position in a battle for 3rd with the Frankie Day Oldies Show D&D Office Plus Ford of Todd Price number 15. Moving into this battle now as Price secures 3rd, it will be Gary Wiltrout on the outside of Steve Black. They are now fighting for 4th along with the 75 of Barry Audi. And Black has to lift off the throttle coming out of turn 2. Gary Wiltrout did a masterful job of avoiding contact, but will lose a position as he had to back off the hammer. 3 of Motordrome's finest are battling for 5th position with 5 laps of 10 remaining in this heat race. Neal Brown in 98, Gary Wiltrout in 95, and Barry Audi in 75. Meanwhile, up front and opening up a huge lead in the Marsula Electric. Number 1 Cochran, Miller Light number 33, John Komarinsky, the former Pro Stock Division champion, a feature winner in NASCAR Subway Super Late Model action, and a 22-year veteran. Stretching out to a lead of half a straightaway over the 8 of Dan Lewis from Monongahela. Lewis got his first heat race win last week in car 8, now a distant 2nd to Komarinsky. Todd Price hanging on to 3rd, then Steve Black and Barry Audi in the top 5 with 2 laps to go. White flag signals final lap for John Komarinsky, who has just buried this heat race full of top-notch competitors. Komarinsky has struggled with tough luck this season, making only a few appearances to this date in 2009, but a feature winner last year, Coming out of turn number 4 for his first heat race win of the season, John Komarinsky takes the checkered flag over Dan Lewis, Todd Price, Steve Black, and Barry Audi. Mark Catone and Gregory Kelly, row 2. Nathan Russell, Michael Zombar, row 3. Green flag is out. Catone in car 31 takes the 3rd spot away from Gregory Kelly, and all 3 drivers in the top 3 have been to victory lane in 2009 at Motordrome. Early race leader is Mark Poole in 96. Mark Poole, the veteran from 84 Pennsylvania, is the race leader. He is a 2-time winner this season. Bobby Henry, the opening night winner, is 2nd and sliding through turn 4, just in front of points leader Mark Catone in car 31. The driver in 3rd spot on the racetrack is leading the championship point standings with 1 feature win and has not finished outside the top 5 all season long. Side by side for 4th, it's Nathan Russell in 26 and Gregory Kelly in 44. Working lap 3 of 10, Russell is glued right to the door of Kelly. Down the back straight, they are still side by side. The Lesser Lumber. Russell Stone, number 26 Chevrolet, trying to take a position away from the 44. D&K Sales and Service, Froggy, number 44 that is, of Gregory Kelly, the former truck division champion. Russell, the teenager on the inside, an accomplished dirt track racer, and the 44 of Kelly, a feature winner in the NASCAR late models last season. They nearly touch in turn 4. Down the front straight, a tire mark visible on the 26 as they were rubbing doors all the way out of turn number 4 and down the front straight. Now Gregory Kelly in the 44 seems to have an entire car length ahead and will complete the pass of Russell for 4th. Up front, race leader, driving the Howard Concrete Pumping, Donaldson Supply 96, it's Mark Poole. Leading the Stone and Company, 3rd level direct Megan Ford of Bobby Henry. And in 3rd spot, the Auto Express Transportation of Vanuik Racing Engines, 31 of Catone. Mark Poole on a tear of late as he wrestled the lead away from Will Thomas for last week's win. He sees the signal of 2 laps to go. Mark Poole, the leader in car 96, a graduate of Legacy Car Competition, taking the white flag. For much of Poole's career, he was considered a Jennerstown track specialist, but now has 4 feature wins in his last 2 seasons here at Motordrome, and was opening up a lead interval over former champions Henry and Catone. And coming out of turn 4, he will take the checkered flag. Mark Poole will win it over Bobby Henry, Mark Catone, Gregory Kelly, and Nathan Russell. Ship in the 04, Marion Reno in the 8, Billy Rebar in the 18, and the green flag is out. 8 laps the distance for the Wyotech Modifieds. Veteran Gary Scott gets an early lead, side by side for 2nd. It's the 3 of Chris Brink in his preferred outside lane. And last week's winner, Adam Kostelnik in car 60. Look at Brink taking to the high side to challenge for the lead. Are we going to be 3 wide in open wheel cars? Not a good idea. And Kostelnik backs off to let Gary Scott in 16 and Chris Brink in the 3 settle this battle for the lead. Working lap 2 of 8, the new race leader is Chris Brink, the Glenn Campbell Gambler. Gary Scott is off the pace in 16. He holds up the 60 of Kostelnik, but opens the door for the 04 of Bobby Ship. Something went amiss in the 16 of Gary Scott. As out of turn number 2, he had to back off the throttle, and Elizabeth, Pennsylvania's Bobby Ship in the 04 moves into second around Adam Kostelnik, the 5-time feature winner. Up front, it's Chris Brink in car 3. Chris Brink, the race leader, a former limited late model competitor at Jennerstown Speedway, looking for his first modified division win in car 3. In second, it's 2-time feature winner Bobby Shipp, and in third, 5-time winner Adam Kostelnik. 3 laps remaining, and Scott continues to drop back in car 16. Marion Reno Jr. in car 8 will be challenging him. Chris Brink with 1 heat race win already this season in car 3. With 2 laps to go, trying to hold off both of this season's Wyotech modified repeat winners. Only Bobby Shipp in the 04 and Adam Kostelnik in the 60 have more than 1 feature victory. And Chris Brink in the 3 sees the white flag signaling final lap around. Brink's lead has diminished to only about a car length and a half on the final trip around the Motordrome half mile. Out of turn number 4 and headed to the stripe, picking up his 2nd heat race win of the year, Chris Brink will take the win over Bobby Shipp, Adam Kostelnik, Gary Scott, and Marion Reno. Naya from Plumboro, George Nicola in 97 from Pittsburgh, and Mike Laemmle in car 93 take the green flag. Another 8-lap preliminary heat race for the Wyotech Modifieds. Lonnie Hoffman jumps out to an early lead. Now it's a father and son battle for second. Jimmy Nicola in 57 and his championship winning father in car 5. Working lap number 1, Matt Panaya in car 32 is surrounded by Nicolai. Yes, that's the plural of Nicola. And Jim Nicola is off the pace, allowing his son and his nephew to pass by. 57 of Jimmy Nicola, 97 of George Nicola, now riding in 2nd and 3rd. Working lap 2 of 8, and George Nicola, the former street stock champion, moves his modified around Jimmy Nicola for 2nd spot. Lonnie Hoffman building up a huge lead in car 96. George Nicola is 2nd on the racetrack and 3rd in the championship point standings coming into tonight. Leader of this event, Lonnie Hoffman, is 4th in the championship chase with 1 feature victory this season. Car 93 at the back of this field is last season's Charger Division champion, Mike Laemmle from Dawson. That 93 car is brand new, and Mike is still trying to find the handle of that machine, but has jumped up to the modified division this season, sponsored by Martinelli's Auto. And right now, he's fighting with the 5 of former champion Jim Nicola. 3 laps are remaining. Single file around the speedway as the Lonnie Hoffman Scrinny's Automotive number 96, pulling away from George Nicola in car 97. Nicola in 2nd position, many times a feature winner here in recent seasons in car 97. And we got a caution flag, just as we were talking about last year's Charger Division champion. Mike Laemmle, the modified rookie, spins in turn number 1 to bring out the caution. Green flag is back out. Lonnie Hoffman leading George Nicola, Jimmy Nicola, and Matt Panaya. White flag signals final time around. George Nicola this time stays right near the rear bumper of Lonnie Hoffman, perhaps for a last lap challenge. He was pretty far behind before that caution flag incident. Meanwhile, Matt Panaya is challenging for 3rd on the final lap, dropping beneath the 57 of Jimmy Nicola, but out of turn 4, Lonnie Hoffman, the hometown hero, picks up the checkered flag over George Nicola. Matt Panaya, Jimmy Nicola, and Jim Nicola. Tucker on the outside of row 1. 47, Mark Tringes. 14, Kevin Keffer. 46, Sean Rich. 51, Kevin Ludwig. And 44, Mary Catherine Shimko. Sorry, that's the 9 of Andy Zatola on the front row with Christopher Knight, and they're going side by side for the lead. Christopher Knight, I'm told, has raced in the Enduros here on Sundays at Motordrome Speedway in car 78, and he is door to door with the Zatola 9 car for the lead. 6-lap heat races for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Kevin Keffer in car 14 is third and closing in on the leaders. 47 is Mark Tringes Jr. Look at Mary Catherine Shimko. The Keisterville teenager is on the move. She's past the 46 of Rich. She's closing in on the 47 of Tringes. And Mary Catherine Shimko in car 44 is on the move. She has settled in nicely to her new ride and advances quickly to the 4th spot, side by side still for the lead. Knight on the inside, Zatola on the outside, and Keffer closing in on both of them. The 4-cylinder Coca-Cola Super Compacts with a 3-car battle at the front of this field halfway through the heat race. Knight finally breaks through by a full car length to be the leader, and side by side now it's Zatola and Keffer. Of Keffer now ekes into the second position by half a car length around Zatola, but Zatola fights back, and all of this racing action has allowed Mary Catherine Shimko to close in on the top 3. White flag signals final lap. Christopher Knight, the Enduro veteran, and Kevin Keffer in 14 in his first Motordrome season of competition. Then the 9 of Zatola, and look at Shimko gaining ground on the top 3. We got a collision in turns 1 and 2. 46 of Sean Rich and the 47 of Mark Tringes Jr. And we're going to throw the caution flag. We'll have to go one more lap to finish this one after we stack them up for a restart. Green flag is back out. A slow pace start out of turn 4. And Christopher Knight feels the pressure of Kevin Keffer. We will extend the heat race by 1 lap to allow these drivers 2 full laps of racing action before we wave the checkered flag. And Knight out in front of Keffer, Zatola, and Shimko. Now the white flag, final time around. And headed for a career first heat race win in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. The driver of car number 78, Christopher Knight, will win it over Kevin Keffer, Andy Zatola, Mary Catherine Shimko, and Kevin Ludwig. Steak salads available here tonight, as Troy Knight in 71 and Bill Schwartz in 31 lead us to the green flag. We'll be approaching last call for the Smithton Volunteer Fire Company 50/50 raffle drawing. If you have not purchased a ticket yet, now is your opportunity. You can't win if you don't play. Flag down a member of the Smithton Volunteer Fire Company to enter tonight's 50/50 raffle. Early race leader is Bill Schwartz in car 31. Youngest drivers in the field are going to be battling for the lead. A pair of Chevy Cavaliers at the front of the field. Schwartz in 31 looking for his first career feature win. And points leader Matt Sever in car 83 diving to the inside, taking the lead down the backstretch. New leader is Matt Sever over Bill Schwartz and Troy Knight in 71. The battle for fourth includes last Friday's feature winner Larry Dunmeyer, who slides through turn 1 and makes contact with the 27. Now we're 3 wide on the back straight as Dunmire had to back off and lost the 4th spot in several car lengths. Side by side at the back of this field, it's the Koffler family. Koffler the 3rd on the inside, Koffler Jr. on the outside. 05 of Koffler Jr., a many-time champion on the dirt at Farmington Speedway and a feature winner here at Motordrome in 2009. He takes the spot away from his son as Matt Sever opens up a huge lead. It's now Troy Knight in 2nd, Bill Schwartz is 3rd, and he will have to hold off last year's Jennerstown champion Steve Long in 27. Long moves to the outside of Schwartz, and with 2 laps to go, Long goes into 3rd position. Schwartz is 4th, and in 5th, last week's winner Dunmire in car 5. Matt Sever, the dominator of this division this season, takes the white flag in car 83. He has won 7 heat races and is the leading feature winner with 5 checkered flags. And the Martinelli's Auto Service 83 of West Newton, Pennsylvanians, Matt Sever will take the checkered flag over Troy Knight, Steve Long, Larry Dunmire, and Bill Schwartz. Manganello in 50 lead this field to the green for 20 laps, and the Napa Street Stock feature is underway. Five-lap feature event for the Napa Street Stocks, and Aaron Minjock is the early race leader. Contact on the front straight between the 48 of Bacalon and the 31 of Phillips. Jeff Zellweger is 2nd in the Barrel Automotive Group, Chevrolet number 18. And now Sean Phillips, last week's winner, moves through to the inside. Here comes Bacalon in 48. Here comes the 0 of Colarusso. Jonathan Heilman in 15 is side by side with Zellweger in the 18 on lap 2 of 25. And now a challenge for 3rd. Greensburg veteran Dink Colarusso to the inside of Mike Bacalon from North Versailles. They're door to door and trade and paint in turn number 4. Colarusso wrestles away position number 3 on lap number 3. Now the race leader, Aaron Minjock, looking for a career first win in the Napa Street Stocks, has the defending champion right on his heels. And as Sean Phillips is trying to challenge Aaron Minjock, Dink Colarusso begins to challenge Sean Phillips. 3-car battle at the front of this field on lap 4 of 25, and Colarusso grabs 2nd spot and quickly makes a move for the lead. We're going to have us a 5-car lead battle momentarily as Bacalon and Heilman have joined this fight. New leader is Dink Colarusso on lap 5. And now it's Phillips and Minjock side by side for 2nd. Some contact there. Minjock makes a great save, and here comes Bacalon to the inside of Phillips, and there's contact. Phillips crashing with the 34 of Minjock, and Bacalon in 48 drives away. Green flag is back out. Dink Colarusso, the race leader and leading winner of the season. Now working lap 6 of 25, and the battle for 2nd heats up. A pair of drivers with 1 win each this season. The 15 of Jonathan Heilman, the youngster, and the veteran in car 48, Mike Bacalon. Side by side on lap 7, and taking over the runner-up position by less than a car length, it's the 15 of Heilman, nearly completing the pass of Bacalon. There's contact at the back of this field between Zellweger and Manganello. And Sean Phillips is out of the pits, back in competition. The wounded car number 31 is limping down to complete a lap. Dink Colarusso is the race leader. Jonathan Heilman is second. Mike Bacalon in third, and side by side for fourth. Manganello in the J. Poole Incorporated number 50 takes a spot away from the Barrel Automotive 18 Zellweger. Right there with those two drivers, it's Tom Knight Sr. watching the battle. If you're wondering why Phillips is limping around the racetrack, that's to gain positions on anybody else who might fall out of this race and not be able to complete as many laps as he may. It's all about the point standings, and coming down the front stretch, it's all about trading paint for Tom Knight Sr. and Jeff Zellweger. Oh, and we've got contact between the lapped car of Phillips and the 48 of Bacalon. This is going to result in some kind of action taken by the officials, as Phillips in 31 was well off the pace and turned right into Bacalon, who is the third place driver on the speedway. With laps completed, the green flag is back out. And Mike Bacalon returns to competition. He is not a lap down. The tire has been changed, and Bacalon could become a threat again in this event. But look at Heilman in 15, closing on leader Colarusso. Before the caution flag waved, the 0 of Colarusso had everything under control and was pulling away from the field. Now young Jonathan Heilman closes in on the veteran. Heilman, the feature winner 2 weeks ago, sliding the car through turn 4 and pulling up to the rear bumper of Colarusso. It's lap 13, and Heilman is using the low side, the dirt, the grass, and the apron to try and gain ground on leader Colarusso in the 0. Challenge for third spot, Jeff Zellweger having a great run in the 18 car, and Tom Knight Sr. in 76 looking to take a podium position away from Zellweger as they exit turn 4 onto the front straight. 10 laps remaining in the Napa Street Stock feature event. The 15 of Jonathan Heilman had closed right up to the rear of leader Dink Colarusso, then slid the car a couple of times, even dropped a wheel off the pavement. And now Colarusso has a 3-car length advantage, which is dwindling quickly in turns 3 and 4. But again, Heilman slides the car, and again, Colarusso pulls away. An extreme loose handling condition for the 15 of Heilman, as the back end of that car wants to head up toward the wall, forcing him to turn the steering wheel to the right to gather up that slide each and every lap. And although the 15 car may be a little faster, he does not appear to have the handling to pass leader Dink Colarusso. Now working lap 19, Colarusso begins to pull away even more from Heilman in the 15. As we have 6 laps to go, Zellweger has defended his 3rd running position from the challenges of Knight, and the 48 of Mike Bacalon, maybe one of the faster cars on the track after changing the tire in the pit stop. He's closing in very quickly on Knight in 76. Only 4 laps to go. And can the 48 of Mike Bacalon after the pit stop gain a couple of more positions on the 76 of Knight and the 18 of Zellweger? Looks like Colarusso may have this race in hand as he has outdistanced Heilman, but look in turn 3, Bacalon is challenging Knight. The 2 most veteran drivers in the field are slugging it out for 4th position. Bacalon, after the pit stop, takes that spot away from Knight. Will he have time with 1 lap remaining to close in on Zellweger? The white flag is in the air, and the AK chassis J. Poole Incorporated 0 of Dink Colarusso is headed down the back straight. Already the leading division winner with 4 checkered flags. Coming down the front straight will take a 5th trophy. Dink Colarusso will win it over Jonathan Heilman in 2nd spot. A distant 3rd, a terrific run tonight, and a podium finish for Allison Park, Pennsylvania's Jeff Zellweger over Mike Bacalon and Tom Knight Sr. Well, Dink, there's a gentleman standing here in Victory Lane with you who does a lot of work on this car. His name's Adam Kostelnik. He's got 5 wins this year. You've got 5 wins this year. Is there a little bit of friendly competition there between you and the chassis builder?
There's a whole lot of competition going on. He come over and showed me a picture of his Victory Lane last week, since I haven't been there in 2 weeks, and said, here, take this on your dash and maybe you'll get the lead out of your butt and get up there.
That's exactly what you did. There was a crazy lap in there with some guys banging into each other and then a big collision. Looked to me like you might have had the car to pass anybody out there tonight. Did you make any changes on this ride?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, we've been really fast, and the street stock field has gotten a lot quicker. And 2 weeks ago, we changed a shock and a spring and a little bit of a ride height to let it transfer weight more, and it seemed to get a lot faster. Like I said, I haven't been in a street stock in years, 5 years, and they've changed the tires, so we're still learning. Even though everybody thinks I should win, we're back to learning all over again.
And how about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
I want to thank Adam and Tony for giving me this opportunity. Jay Steiner's Heating and AC, AK Chassis, Tube City Beer, J. Poole. I have 2 sponsors here, my cousin Vince and his buddy Sweeney from the medical company. I want to thank him. T&M Repair, Murphy's Welding, Sign Designs by D. I need to thank Ken Kunkel. He's back this week, and last week he missed a week because he was in a really bad automobile accident. I'm glad to have him back because, boy, I feel comfortable. My Uncle Mark, Adam, because Adam comes usually once a week to the shop to agitate. And if I missed anybody, I apologize.
There he is back in Victory Lane for the 5th time this season. Ladies and gentlemen, Dink Colarusso. Auto Supply Service Chargers, biggest event of the season, takes the green flag as McConnell and Bryan lead him up to full speed. Three make it 4 wide in the middle of the field as Oldham is dropping back. Eifert in 61 drops back just a bit, side by side for the lead. Roger Bryan in 12, Ed McConnell in 48. McConnell's teammate in 68 is right there with him, as is Denny Keller in 13. Ed McConnell jumps out to a huge lead. You wouldn't know he's never won a feature before as he's stretching out his lead over some veterans. Roger Bryan in 2nd, Ed Neidhart right to his rear bumper in the 68 car in 3rd. Side by side, Neidhart and Keller battling for 3rd. Then Gardner and Keller battling for 5th. 2 by 2 they come behind the 2nd place machine of Roger Bryan as Ed McConnell is pulling away from this field on lap 3 of 25. Now it's Matt Gardner in the 7 pulling beneath the 13 of Denny Keller. Now Denny Keller and his cousin Tracy are door to door fighting for 5th. Neidhart looking to make a move around Bryan to join his teammate at the front of this field. And we got a spin in turn 4. Kristen Ettling in car 8 goes around, and that will force a caution flag. Kristen Ettling spins the number 8 car in turn number 48, and Roger Bryan in car 12 are looking for career first wins, and it could happen in the biggest event of the season. As the green flag is out, Ed Neidhart, Matt Gardner, and Tracy Keller, and there's contact up front. The leaders. Roger Bryan spins from a second place run on lap 4 of 25, and maybe trying just a bit too hard for that career first win. Four laps of 25 are completed, and the green flag is out. McConnell and Neidhart, the teammates at the front of this field, leading Matt Gardner and Tracy Keller. And while they're going 3 wide for second, we've got a battle for the 5th position as A.J. Poljak is climbing from deep in this field to pass the 13 of Denny Keller. And McConnell continues to open up his lead as there is a hard-fought battle for second, third, and fourth. Poljak makes a nice save after nearly making contact. Look at this heated action for third spot. Tracy Keller and Matt Gardner, the 2 men highest in the championship points chase, are door-to-door fighting for third. Closing in on the 68 of Neidhart, while Neidhart's teammate McConnell continues to show the way. McConnell has led feature racing laps before, but never in such dominant fashion in the quest for his first win. Neidhart gets crossed up just like he did in the heat race. They split him 3 wide. Holy cow. Unbelievable Charger action as Neidhart may still be getting a grip of this car that was completely pieced back together from a devastating crash last week. And that leaves his teammate Ed McConnell at the front of this field in car 48 on lap number 8 to fight for the lead with Tracy Keller. Keller, the 3-time feature winner and former division champion, now moves to the inside of McConnell. And as we begin to work lap number 9, the new race leader is Tracy Keller. Black flag has been displayed for the 2 of A.J. Poljak. Poljak passed a car before the green flag came out. He was pointed to by Chief Starter Denny Carson to allow a couple of cars to go by him as the penalty, and since he did not heed that, the black flag means that Poljak needs a stop and go penalty for jumping the start. Three cars in a fight for second position. Gardner in the 7, McConnell in the 48, and for the moment, the 2 of Poljak, but he will be getting the black flag and will soon not be scored at the front of the field. McConnell up high, Gardner down low. Poljak no longer a factor in this event as the officials signaling the black flag. Tracy Keller, the race leader, as this time around the crossed flags will signal halfway home in the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. Tracy Keller, Matt Gardner, Ed McConnell, the top 3. Denny Keller and Ed Neidhart are officially inside the top 5. Working lap 14, it appears to be a valiant charge by Poljak in the 2 after he started deep. but he is no longer being scored in the third position as he needs to make a stop and go penalty. Battle for fifth position, make that fourth position as the 13 of Denny Keller on the back straight has the Ed Neidhart 68 to his inside. And Neidhart will take that spot away in spite of the ill handling that nearly cost him a spin out earlier in this event. Keep in mind, race fans, a typical Charger feature event is 15 laps. We have now passed the typical distance for these races, so we're into the bonus laps for tonight's special event. And Tracy Keller leads Matt Gardner, Ed McConnell in 48, and Ed Neidhart in 68. And on lap 18, it appears that Tracy Keller's lead is growing as he continues to add car lengths between himself and Gardner in second. Again, 15 laps, usually the Charger division feature distance, 25 laps tonight for the Bill Audi Memorial Trophy. Tracy Keller, the race leader, Matt Gardner in second. Ed McConnell third. Your eyes need to skip over the 2 of Polejack as he is no longer riding in third as a result of the penalty. Only 4 laps to go. The number 1 of Tracy Keller was nearly destroyed in a frightening crash several weeks ago. He then stepped into his brother's number 11 car, put it in victory lane, and has since returned his own number 1 to victory lane. On the back straight, a side-by-side battle between the Keller cousins. Last week's winner, Victor Keller in the 11. Opening night winner Denny Keller in 13. Zane Farrell is right there behind those cousins. And speaking of the Kellers, the 2 lap to go signal was given to leader Tracy Keller. And as he approaches the 20 of Ed Sheltman to put him a lap down, the white flag. Final lap toward the Bill Audi Memorial Trophy. And with plenty of room between himself and second place driver Matt Gardner, the BK Electric Martinelli's Auto Service Monte Carlo number 1, the leading feature winner of the season, the championship standings leader, Tracy Keller of Asheville, Pennsylvania in car number 1 takes the checkered flag in the biggest Charger event of the season over Matt Gardner, Ed McConnell, Ed Neidhart, and Victor Keller. Well, Tracy Keller, I want you to tell a little bit of the story of this race car because there's a brown fender, there's some scuffs and scratches, and you guys have worked really hard to keep this thing fast this year. Tell us about the up and down season of this particular car.
Well, I want to say this car was originally built by Bill Audi, so it's probably one of the last of only 2 or 3 still around that he's built. But yeah, we've tore it up a couple times. We had to change the front frame section. We've had 4 or 5 different front ends on it. We just keep fixing her up, and she just keeps winning races.
One might believe that that's the guy behind the wheel instead of the car. Is that true?
I like to think so. I like to think that I could win in any car I drive here, but no, it's an awesome car. We got a really strong motor. I got guys that will do anything for me, even though sometimes they don't believe me when I want to make some changes. But it just works well. It just works good.
25 laps. Did you notice the tires wearing a little bit more toward the end of that on a really hot night on this pavement?
No. What I did notice, I could smell a lot of brake smoke, dust, and you can still see it rolling off the car. It was just really hard on my brakes, and I was turning good laps. I was a little loose, but I like it loose.
And how about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
I got to thank Walter Andrazik, LockpickTools.com, BK Electric, Howie Bayless Photos, Martin Ellis. I got to thank Haas he's been doing us some big favors on these cars. My brother Vic, John Scott, that drives the 71's, done a lot of work on this car. My buddy Mike Laemmle, his dad, Mike Laemmle. There's just a ton of people that really help out and make us win races.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, winning the Bill Audi Memorial Trophy for Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers, Tracy Keller. Green flag is out. Contact in the battle for second, and Steve Black goes around. He collects the 75 of Barry Audi, and Mark Poole spins to avoid calamity at the front of this field. And look at the 75 of Barry Audi here on the front straight. A broken right front suspension and a flat right rear tire. Audi really liked his chances for a victory here tonight, and he will end his evening in the pits. Nathan Russell in 26, Mark Poole in 96. Green flag is out. Two by two through turns number 1 and 2. Kelly still side by side with Lewis. Looks like a parade lap, but it's full speed for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. And Kelly breaks free from his front row starting mate to lead lap number 1. Todd Price in 15 moves to the inside. Price takes the second position away from the 8 of Lewis, and here comes Komarinsky. John Komarinsky looked so strong in his heat race tonight, trying to challenge for third position. Gregory Kelly continues to lead here on lap 3 of 50. Todd Price is second. John Komarinsky in car 33 looking to squeeze to the inside of Price in turn number 3. Is there room for 2 cars? He will find the space, but by a fender, Todd Price hangs on to the second position. Price in the D&D Office Plus, Frankie Day Oldie Show, Stoystown Auto Wreckers Ford, owned by Dave Manns, trying to hold off the advances of the Miller Lite Marsula Electric number 1 Cochran Chevrolet of Komarinsky. But John Komarinsky takes over the runner-up position. Now 2 former champions of the truck division lead the way. It's Gregory Kelly in the D&K Sales and Service Froggy Henry Motor Cars 44. Just in front of Komarinsky, the heat race winner from earlier. Mark Poole, the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge driver, is up to third as the leaders go side by side. Working lap number 6. 33 and 44 showing the way. Both Komarinsky and Kelly have 1 career feature victory in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. And Mark Poole joins this battle. Last Friday's winner, the Howard Concrete Pumping Donaldson Supply Chevrolet, makes it a 3-car fight for the lead. Komarinsky and Kelly have been glued door to door around this oval for 2, maybe 3 full laps, and finally Komarinsky breaks through to be the leader. On lap 8, showing the way in this field, veteran John Komarinsky from Greensburg, the popular 22-year driver. Now Gregory Kelly, the youngster trying to fend off Mark Poole in car 96, the driver from 84 Pennsylvania. has once already this season claimed the Subway Challenge. When Poole won his first feature of 2009, everybody in the house got a free 6-inch meatball sub. And by random draw tonight, Poole is selected again and he's up to the bridesmaid position. Gregory Kelly in 44 will now have his hands full with the season's leading feature winner, Acme, Pennsylvania's Neal Brown. Brown in the O'Shea Lumber. Hunter's Peterbilt, Davies Ford 98 looking to the inside and will take the third spot away from Kelly. Now inside the top 5, division points leader Mark Catone in car 31 from McKeesport. And storming back through the field after the pit stop, Bobby Henry in car 11. He is up to 6th. Race leader John Komarinsky, a former champion in the Pro Stock and Truck division, won the feature event opening night just a year or so back, and now with 13 of 50 laps in the books, he is able to keep Mark Poole at bay. Poole may be gaining, but just a bit at this stage of the race. Neal Brown in 98 is third. He started deep in this field, and he is up to a podium position already. Komarinsky's lead dwindling a little bit more significantly now. Coming off of turn number 2, Komarinsky seems to extend that lead just a little down the back straight, and Poole seems to be best in turn 4. Meanwhile, a challenge develops for 4th. Gregory Kelly in 44 and Mark Catone in 31 go door to door in turn number 4. Ford on the inside, Chevrolet on the outside, working lap number 16. Points leader Catone has not finished worse than 5th all season. He's got one feature victory, and he's got Kelly to his outside and trying to move into 4th. Bobby Henry is right there with that battle in car 11 after the pit stop. Catone very happy on the inside, and Kelly seeming happy on the outside. We got a lead challenge, though, in turn 4. Mark Poole in the 96 has pulled right up to the rear spoiler of John Komarinsky in 33. Leaders racing very close on the back straight. Komarinsky with less than a car length between himself and Poole in the fight for the lead in turn number 4. Coming down the front straight, Mark Poole looks to the outside, cannot make the pass. And leader Komarinsky has a mirror full of Mark Poole on lap 19. Neal Brown in 3rd, right behind them. As Catone finally secures the 4th position from Kelly. Look at the leaders making contact in turn 4. Mark Poole slid the nose of the 96 car right up under the bumper of Komarinsky as we work lap 20. This time, Poole looks to the inside on the back straight. It's Komarinsky up high, it's Poole down low, and the lead changes hands in turn 3. New race leader will be Mark Poole in car 96. And just as Poole takes over the point position on lap 21, Neal Brown in car 98, moving to the inside of Komarinsky. The division's only repeat winners are Mark Poole and Neal Brown. And Brown nearly swapping stickers with Komarinsky to take over the runner-up spot on lap 22. Race leader Mark Poole has 2 feature victories. In 2nd place, Neal Brown, the 4-time winner. Then Komarinsky, the early race leader, 3rd. Mark Catone in 4th and catching the lead trio. And the battle for 5th, it's Gregory Kelly and Bobby Henry. Henry, aboard the Palagrudo Motorsports owned 3rd level direct Stone & Company Megan Ford number 11, the 2007 Motordrome champion, chasing down his protege. Best battle on the speedway coming out of turn 4. is the race for 5th. Gregory Kelly, who shares his hometown of Connellsville with veteran Bobby Henry. Kelly, a Bobby Henry fan, a Bobby Henry helper, and now a Bobby Henry protege with a feature win to his own credit here in this division after a couple of truck division championships. And 115-time winner Bobby Henry on lap 26, threatening to move inside the top 5 around Kelly. In turns 3 and 4, they make contact in that battle for 5th. Henry pries open the inside lane, storms to the bottom of the speedway in turn number 1, and they're still swapping stickers. It's lap 27, and Henry will nearly complete the pass in turn number 3, and Kelly falls back into 6th position behind the former champion. Working lap 28, and Mark Poole in car 96 is putting distance between himself and second place driver Neal Brown. Poole, the Subway Challenge driver of the night. If he can take a victory home this evening, it's a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in the house. .20 laps to go, and Mark Poole is all by himself out front. Neal Brown in second, John Komarinsky in third, but Mark Catone in car 31 is gaining quickly on Komarinsky. On lap 31, car 31 may be the fastest driver on the speedway. Mark Catone has made up a ton of empty racetrack and is reeling in the 33 of Komarinsky. On lap 33, John Komarinsky in car 33 maintains about a 2-car length advantage over the 31 of Catone. That's the 3rd and 4th place battle. They come out of turn number 4, and Catone for the moment seems content whether he's letting the tires cool off or not with 16 laps to go. He was threatening earlier, and now Komarinsky able to maintain a margin of about 2 car lengths. This time on the back straight, Catone tries the high side of Komarinsky. Into turn 3 and 4, side by side they go for 3rd position. And at the scoring line, Mark Catone takes away 3rd spot. You've got to wonder if a caution flag comes out, would Mark Catone be able to challenge for 2nd or 3rd? If we stay green, there is not nearly enough time in this race to make up more than a straightaway. Mark Poole in car 96, working lap number 39, will approach the slower machine of Michael Zombar. And it would appear that without a caution flag, lap traffic will be the only hope of Neal Brown to make up the needed car lengths to challenge for his 5th win. Mark Poole could become a 3-time winner here tonight, as there are 10 laps remaining. Paul Urso heads to the pits in car 37. And a great battle in turns 3 and 4 for 6th position as Gary Wiltrout and Gregory Kelly have been going at it for a couple of laps now. Wiltrout seems very loose handling on the inside, and Kelly on the outside making it stick and holding off the veteran in the late stages of this event. They're still glued together down the back straight and into turn 3. At the scoring line, Kelly seems to inch just ahead each lap. Wiltrout that time drifted up just a little, might have gotten into the side of Kelly's machine. With just 7 laps to go, leader Mark Poole in turn 4 will move to the outside of the 78 of Doug Bakioki. And Neal Brown, it looks as though, will not have enough time to mount a challenge for the win. Only 4 laps to go. And on back-to-back Friday nights, it looks like Mark Poole may repeat the Neal Brown feat of consecutive victories. It looks like Mark Poole may be able to claim the Subway Challenge for the 2nd time in 2009. Three laps to go. Dan Lewis in car 8 is just in front of leader Mark Poole. Then in front of Lewis, it's a battle for position between Todd Price and Nathan Russell, but with 2 to go, Poole should not encounter that traffic. Neal Brown is a 4-time winner riding in 2nd spot. In 3rd, it's points leader Mark Catone. In 4th, early race leader John Komarinsky. In 5th, it's Bobby Henry. But the white flag is waving as Mark Poole, the 84 Pennsylvania resident in the Howard Concrete Pumping Donaldson Supply Chevrolet, looking to make it 2 consecutive wins in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models and claiming the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge. Mark Poole will win it. Neal Brown finishes in the 2nd spot. Mark Catone in car 31 will take home a 3rd place finish. John Komarinsky with a best of the season in 4th and Bobby Henry in 5th. First thing you asked me last week when you got out of the car was, did I win a free sub for everybody? You did it again tonight. For the 2nd time, you earned a free 6-inch meatball sub for everybody in attendance.
All right, congratulations. Have your lunch tomorrow.
Boy, this car was on a rail tonight. Everybody thinks so far to the season that Neal Brown has these corners figured out. Did you make a change to this car to be able to outrun the 4-time winner the way you did tonight?
Last week we made a change and it worked perfect, and I didn't touch it from last week to this week. It's the same tire as everything. So.
And now you're in his class. You're a 3-time winner. He's a 4-time winner. I want to talk about what we mentioned last year. I remember a couple times you were talking about retirement. Now all of a sudden 5 wins in 2 years. I have a hunch you're going to be sticking around for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I was just talking to Frank Howard yesterday, and we're talking about doing a couple things, and he goes, and then about the racing, he goes, but you're not going to retire for a couple more years, right? And I said, no. So I'll be around a little bit.
Good news to hear from the car owner. Now a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I'd like to thank Frank Howard and Howard Concrete Pumping, Donaldson Supply in Cannonsburg, and our series sponsor, Subway, and the crew is my brother's side with his 2 girls tonight, Nicole and Doug, and my wife Kathy and Mikey.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd time in 2009 and claiming the Subway Eat Fresh Challenge, Mark Poole. 4 Bobby Ships, 60 Adam Kostelnik, 93 Mike Laemmle, 18 Billy Rebar, 16 Gary Scott. Green flag is out. 30 laps the distance for the YO Tech Modifieds. And Matt Panaya is the early race leader. Panaya, the veteran campaigner, takes the lead from former champion Jim Nicola. Then there's Marion Reno Jr. in the 8 car. '97 of George Nicola takes the 3rd position away from his uncle Jim Nicola, and Chris Brink using the inside lane, moving around the 5 of Jim Nicola as well. Up front, it's Matt Panaya in 32, Marion Reno in 8, and George Nicola in 97, nearly making contact in the battle for 2nd position in the YO Tech Modifieds. It's Nicola and Reno, but staying out in front for the moment, Matt Panaya in the quest for his first career modified feature victory. Chris Brink has joined this battle to make it 4 cars strong at the front of the field. Wheel to wheel, it's Panaya and Nicola, and just behind them, side by side, it's Reno and Brink. Look at Panaya using the inside lane to try to fend off George Nicola. Nicola is a championship contender this season in spite of bad luck throughout the early portions of the year. And now Nicola breaks through for the lead on the back straight. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania's former street stock champion George Nicola makes a great save right there and will be the new leader of the event on lap 6 of 30. Chris Brink is in the 2nd position. Matt Panaya back to 3rd, Marion Reno 4th. And the repeat feature winners in the YO Tech Modifieds are wheel-to-wheel battling for 5th. Adam Kostelnik, last week's winner, and Bobby Shipp in the 0-4. It's Nicola, Brink, Panaya, Kostelnik, and Shipp now in the top 5. Panaya in 32 slides out a bit in turn 4, opens the inside lane to the Luzader Lumber, Viglione Racing number 60 of 5-time track champion Adam Kostelnik. And we got a spin in turns 1 and 2. Jimmy Nicola down on the apron in car 57, and the caution flag will wave. George Nicola jumps on the hammer and gets a great start, pulling away from Chris Brink. Adam Kostelnik in the 60s looking to the inside of Brink. We're on lap 8, and we got a big problem. Into turn 1, hard goes Jim Nicola in the 5. Something broke on that car in the front straight and sent Nicola hard into the wall. Modified. Green flag is out, and Nicola again gets a terrific jump on Brink. Next time around, we will have reached the 1/3 mark of the YO Tech Modified Feature event. And George Nicola, the many-time winner, is feeling the pressure of Chris Brink, who's looking for career checkered flag number 1 in a modified. Adam Kostelnik is right there with a 3-car battle on lap 10 of 30. Brink nearly touched the rear bumper of Nicola. Kostelnik nearly touched the rear bumper of Brink. Matt Panaya a distant 4th, Reno a distant 5th. It's 3 cars slugging it out for the YO Tech Modified Feature win. Kostelnik dirt tracks the car, trying to slide it in. And Chris Brink, who loves the outside lane at Motordrome Speedway, may be right where he wants to be in trying to move around George Nicola for the lead. And at the scoring line, It's Nicola by inches, remaining the official leader on lap 12. Now Brink with an outstanding leap out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. The Glenn Campbell Gambler takes the point position, still doesn't want to drop down to the inside lane, and his preferred groove takes him around former street stock champion George Nicola into the lead on lap 13. Now Nicola is wheel to wheel with Kostelnik. In most seasons of racing at Motordrome, these two drivers would be the leading two winners. But Nicola has been shut out of victory lane so far in 09. Kostelnik, the 5-time winner and points leader. That time in turns 1 and 2, Nicola had a serious handling problem. Gathered it back in for third. Meanwhile, Bobby Shipp is storming back up through the field after a pit stop. He's now closing in on the 8 of Reno for 5th spot. And to the outside goes Shipp to claim the position at the midpoint of this race. Chris Brink is showing the way, 15 down and 15 to go. The former limited late model ace from Jennerstown Speedway, looking to make the conversion to modified racing complete by finding victory lane for the first time. Kostelnik is second and for the moment not gaining much ground on the leader. Then Nicola third, Shipp fourth, Matt Panaya hangs on to fifth. Battle for third. Look at Bobby Shipp, who has gained a tremendous amount of ground in a very little time. It's lap 19, and Shipp has moved inside of George Nicola for third. The 0-4 of Shipp, maybe the fastest car on the racetrack after that pit stop under caution. He's on the lead lap and he's on the move. He's passed Matt Panaya to move into the top 5. He's passed George Nicola to move into third. And Shipp may be gaining on Kostelnik faster than Kostelnik is gaining on Brink. Look at the battle for 5th position in turn number 4. 3 cars strong. Reno takes the spot away from Panaya, but for a moment, Lonnie Hoffman was right there. We were nearly 3 wide. That action settles down just a bit. And what may be shocking to fans of the Wyotech Modifieds here at Motordrome, on lap 23, Chris Brink is extending his lead over Adam Kostelnik. Brink on lap 25 moves around the outside of the Jimmy Nicola car to put him a lap down. Kostelnik unable to gain on the leader, and Bobby Shipp is closing in on the second place ride of Kostelnik. Chris Brink having a fantastic run here tonight. 4 laps to go, and the Glenn Campbell Gambler will see his first modified victory. Challenge for second will be developing here in the final 2 laps. Leader Chris Brink sees the popsicle stick flags of Denny Carson to signal 2 to go. But Bobby Shipp has gained quickly on Kostelnik in car 60. Brink will be all by himself without lap traffic and more than a half a straightaway lead over Kostelnik to the finish. But Kostelnik in turn 4 closes in on the 18 of Billy Rebar, tries to pinch the car below and demonstrates a loose handling condition here on the final lap. Shipp is within striking distance for second place, but on the back straight, the former limited late model hot shoe converted to open wheel racing, and in the YO Tech Modifieds at Motordrome Speedway, Chris Brink wins a career first in car number 3. Adam Kostelnik gets second over Bobby Shipp. In fourth, it's the 97 of George Nicola, and in fifth, Marion Reno Jr. Hey, before we talk about your modified career, let's tell the fans a little bit about what you did before you were open wheel racing.
Well, we started out in a Detroit Iron, which is like a Charger car. Went from that to a dwarf car on dirt. Went to the Allison Legacy cars for 5 years. Then went to the limited lates at Jennerstown, and then to the modifieds. Got in a real race car.
I've been telling the fans throughout your career, you told me when you first started this game, I want to run the outside. I don't want to be down there in the bottom with everybody else. And tonight it was the outside lane that carried you to your first victory. How does it feel to be here in Victory Lane?
I tell you, it's unbelievable. I'm so happy. And, you know, there's nothing like passing somebody on the outside. When you pass a good car like Georgie Nicola or any of these guys out there on the outside, you know you're hooked up. And I tell you, there's not a better feeling in the world.
I don't know if you could tell, but you were actually putting distance between yourself and that orange car all throughout this race. Did you make any changes to this machine from the past couple of weeks that made it so strong?
This car's been good all year. We've made subtle changes. We've just been searching and searching, but we haven't made anything drastic. It's just, you know, when you get fast, it's really a fine-tuning thing, and that's what we've done tonight. I got my brother here with me, and Dave Williams. Dave has worked with me for years on this car, night and day. Anytime I needed him, he's here every week. My brother's been helping me out, and it's a real confidence booster to have them guys putting their brains together, and they got it dialed in. It's them, not me.
And a chance to thank your sponsors.
Well, I want to thank my wife for supporting me 100%. I wouldn't be here without her, and we don't have any sponsorship help this year. These guys helped us for a couple years. I put their name back on the car because they helped me in the past. You know, with the economy, it's tough, and they didn't have any money, so I'm running on out of my own wallet, and it makes it even feel better. But this is my effort here. Brink Plumbing and Heating and Williams Proud Pets. We're doing the deal.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, his first time in Victory Lane, Chris Brink. Eugene, the Hillbilly Zerfoss in the Steve Young machine. Green flag is out. Coca-Cola Super Compact racing action is underway. 15 laps the feature distance. Looking to go 3 wide on the back straight. It's Koffler Jr. in 05, Koffler the third in 48, and Troy Knight in 71. The 5 of Dunmire's already up into the top 5, as is the 83 of points leader Sever. Three wide on the backstretch, Dunmire in the middle, Koffler on the outside, Sever down low. 3 feature winners on the season going 3 wide all the way through the turn. Look at this 3 wide action for second. It's Knight in the middle, Dunmire on the outside, Sever down on the grass through the dirt, using every inch of Motordrome Speedway and some of the parking lot. We're still 3 wide. Dunmire takes second spot. Race leader is young Bill Schwartz, the state's tire entry for the McKeesport teenager. And Schwartz will have his hands full with the veterans. Transplanted Texan Larry Dunmire in car 5, the week prior winner. And Dunmire at the scoring line by a fender will take the lead from Schwartz, who now has points leader Matt Sever to his inside. West Newton, Pennsylvania's Matt Sever, the dominant feature winner. 5 times in victory lane for the youngster. And Sever's into second. Here comes Troy Knight in 71, looking to challenge the 31 of Schwartz. Lead battle, Sever and Dunmire side by side. Dunmire, the 2-time feature winner. Sever, the 5-time winner. Matt Sever and Larry Dunmire just about to swap stickers for the lead. On the front straight, they are door to door on lap 7 of 15. And Dunmire takes the point position away. Looked like for a moment Troy Knight would challenge for second. It's Knight third, Paul Koffler Jr. fourth, and Schwartz in fifth. .46 of Sean Rich is way off the pace in turn 3 and rolling to a stop. We're going to need a caution flag. Schwartz in fifth. Green flag is back out. Look at the 27 of Hillbilly Zerf Boss in a borrowed car climbing up through the field after starting last. Brief challenge for third by the 05 of Koffler, many-time Farmington Speedway champion. Knight hangs on to third, and with 5 laps to go, something tells me this lead battle is going to get heated. The 2 leading winners in the division. 5 of Dunmire, 83 of Sever. Sever now tries the high side after he was down on the apron low earlier. Challenged by Sever to the outside. It's the Martinelli's Auto, number 83. And the Auto Ranch 5, duking it out with 3 laps to go. Two laps to go, the signal given for Dunmire and Sever. They have pulled away from Knight, so this will be a 2-car race to the finish. White flag waving, and the Wingard Auto Ranch number 5, the Dodge Neon of Dunmire, out in front of the Cavalier, the Martinelli's Auto entry of Sever. Lap traffic on the back straight. They move past the 47 of Tringes, and look at Ludwig in the 51. He doesn't know where to go as the leaders are splitting him. Coming to the checkered flag. Dunmire went low and preserved the win, taking the checkered flag over Matt Sever, Troy Knight, Paul Koffler Jr., and Hillbilly Zerfoss in car 23. Well, Mr. Dunmire, welcome back to Victory Lane. 2 in a row. And this one was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, well, we had a good race. It was all clean as far as I was concerned. 83 car run me clean, and everybody run me clean, pretty clean this evening. It was a good race, really good race.
We were talking with a couple of the winners tonight about adjustments on the race cars. With these being a little more simplistic than some of the other cars, are there things that you're doing week to week to adjust any corner handling on these machines?
Yeah, there's spring rubbers that you're allowed, and you can actually raise a car in certain ways that, I mean, it still leaves it in a stock style position, but spring rubbers is the big thing.
The last couple weeks, you've been faster than even your earlier victory here at Motordrome. Is that a result of some of that fine tuning?
No, I was fooling with the engine timing on it, and I had, when you should leave well enough alone after the first victory, I thought I could make it better, and I made it worse. So I finally got it back to where it was supposed to be, and the cam timing was off. I did that. It was my own fault.
Well, it's working for you now. How about a chance to thank the sponsors and crew?
All right. I'd like to thank Habits Beer and Tobacco in Johnstown, Wingard's Auto Ranch in Elton, and Advanced Auto Parts in Elton. In Moxham, excuse me.
He'll get it right after a couple more victories. He's the second leading winner in the division. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Tex Dunmeyer.